Hi, welcome to this reading. Spirit wants you to surrender, release control over your path, over the journey that is your life. They want you to know that if you feel like you're on this wandering path and you're never reaching your destination and you don't really see a clear way forward, Spirit wants you to know that that is part of your particular journey, that you're supposed to be on a wandering path, that is normal. You're not going to be given a roadmap and a compass like on this card, giving you the exact directions and the exact steps that you're supposed to take to reach your goals, whatever your destination is that you have in mind. Spirit wants you to relax more and enjoy the offshoots, the wandering path. So I feel like I'm connecting with somebody who has not taken a really linear path in life. I feel like I'm connecting with somebody who has had many different experiences. Like you may have had many different jobs in your life, many different career paths, many different interests, and you feel like you need to somehow settle on one path, and you're still trying to figure that out. And Spirit is saying that really isn't the point for your life. Your life was really supposed to be all about the journey and having as many experiences as you can along the way. And in order to do that, you had to go on all these different offshoots. I'm seeing like this path having different like side paths coming off of it. And that's what you wanted to do when you came here. You just wanted to have as many experiences as possible. So I feel like I'm connecting with somebody, like I'm feeling like a Sagittarius kind of energy. So if you're familiar with Sagittarius, their kind of stereotype is that they are kind of restless. They love freedom. They love to travel. And they just love to experience life. And even if you're not a Sagittarius or you don't have Sagittarius placements, you still have the kind of energy that's like that, where you really do like to experience different things. And probably because of your conditioning or the way that you see a lot of people around you behaving, they pick like one career path, for an example, right? Let's just take careers. They pick one career path, they go to school and they come out and they follow one career path and they stay, even if it's in different companies, they still stay in the same career. And you have not done that. You've done a lot of different things, and you may be somebody who gets bored easily. So you've maybe taken one path and it's been fine for a while, or it is fine for a while. And then you get to a point where it's just not fulfilling you any longer. And you just have this desire to change, and there may be some part of you that feels like that's not the right way to do things, or it means that you're flaky or you're non-committal or something like that. And that may just be like messages you've gotten from people around you, like, you're never happy, you're never satisfied, or why can't you stick with one thing and see things through? And Spirit is saying that just is not who you are. And they are encouraging you to embrace that aspect of yourself, the part of you that loves to wander, that loves to try different paths and try new things, because it's what your soul wants. Your soul wants to have varied experiences. It doesn't want to have just one straight trajectory in this lifetime. So let's pull some tarot and see what else. Actually, I just picked up the Oracle deck. Look what's on the bottom. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. So, it seems like just surrender. Like maybe you feel like lately you've been narrowing down your path again. Like, okay, this is the path I'm going to follow. And you're feeling pretty good about that. And I think Spirit might have another surprise coming in for you, as like a new path opening up. So something's going to come up and it's going to spark your interest, and you're going to be like, well, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to commit to the path I was already on. And there's this just message about just releasing control and just surrendering to the journey and let it see where it takes you. And that doesn't mean, like Spirit wants me to clarify, that doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you're doing currently, but maybe there's just like an expansion. Spirit's saying, look at these different pathways that you take as expansions, not necessarily like detours or where you're leaving something behind and doing something completely new. Like there's probably ways that you can combine things. And yeah, like Spirit's saying, have an open mind, an open energy about these other paths that you want to take, and see them as like adding to what you're already doing. And you don't need to narrow things down. You don't have to take a narrow pathway. Your pathway is really wide and wandering. So some of you may literally be traveling with this card, but I feel like more than anything, it's just get ready for a new path to open up for you. And to see this as a positive thing. Spirit's saying, like, don't worry so much about what other people might say. I just really feel like I'm picking up an energy of somebody who almost feels a little bit like, I don't know, guilty, or you just feel like you're supposed to, 5 of Cups on the bottom, like maybe people are going to be disappointed, you know, because you might choose a different path. And it's almost like they were excited for something that you declared you were seeking. This may have been like a job thing, or maybe a hobby, or like a side project or something. And maybe there's somebody in your life that's supporting you, and they were excited for you to go down this path and explore this thing. And now you're like, I might disappoint them. 5 of Cups can be disappointment. Maybe I'm going to disappoint them if I say, you know what? I'm really interested in this new thing that I'm learning about, and I'm not so sure about this other path I was on. And the main thing here, Spirit is saying, is you decide what you want to do. Like if you still want to pursue the path that you've been on, but now you want to add other things to that, you can do that. Like some people don't have the energy to, I'm feeling like a real excited energy, like a lot of, what is this, like vitality and like this lust for life. And not everybody has that level of energy. I feel like I'm connecting with someone who does, though. And just because other people couldn't pursue multiple paths at one time and make them work, that doesn't mean that you can't. You just may have more of that kind of energy, especially when it's something, I'm seeing the Knight of Wands in my eye, like even, or especially when it's something that you're excited about. It's almost like you have boundless energy for that thing, and you don't get burned out, you don't feel overwhelmed. And it's something about like the programming of like society that says you have to pick like one path and stick with it, that is more making you question your path than anything else, or the people around you making you question it. And Spirit is saying, just come into yourself and trust yourself to know when there's too many tabs open, or when there's too many paths that you're trying to walk down at the same time. But you know what you're doing, and you know what you have the energy for. And it's just that your path was meant to be like this wandering path. This fox also is making me think of, well, they're a symbol of adaptability, flexibility. Like I feel like you're the kind of person that's very, very flexible, and it's not a big deal for you to switch between multiple things. Like you have that type of energy that's very adaptable, very flexible. So definitely capitalize on that. The fox is also very clever. Like you know how to manage and handle all of these different things. So, you know, take on the energy of this fox. This can be like one of your spirit animals. You may start seeing the fox around you, whether you see them in person or just, you know, on TV or in books, that sort of thing. Ace of Swords. This is this brand new horizon that's opening up for you. it might be coming through to you as an idea. Like seeing a clear path for yourself ahead, but don't feel like it has to be just like one way. Spirit's saying it's okay to just surrender to it being wandering and like really embrace that part of yourself. It's very different than most people. And Spirit's saying sometimes it can feel a little bit like lonely when you're so different from everyone else. When everyone else seems to follow like a conventional life, it can feel kind of lonely to be very different than that. Like I'm just getting like a nomad lifestyle. Like you just like that about yourself. And Spirit is saying, let yourself really embrace who you truly are. That's your path, and you need to live and follow your own path. Okay, what else do we have here, Spirit? Tell me about this Ace of Swords. I just saw the King of Swords. Yeah, that's like standing in your power and making decisions for yourself that make sense to you. Okay, the Death card came out. This is a card of change, transformation. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be seeing like this whole new way forward for yourself, like allowing yourself to be, like I'm saying, like really embracing this part of you that's like this wanderer, this traveler who's just excited to kind of like release control and just see where life takes you. You know, this person here is in this boat and they just have this like light on the boat guiding them forward, and like it's dark, it's getting dark, there's moonlight, there's stars, and like you're just kind of letting Spirit guide you, letting your spirit guide you. And I also noticed there's a dragonfly down here, so that's also a symbol of transformation, just like with the Death card. So yeah, I feel like there's just going to be this like aha, and I'm hoping that this message coming through is maybe one of those things that helps you realize that, like this aha moment, like I can do this. I can make my life look exactly the way I want. If I want to just be this wanderer, this nomad, I can do that. Three of Cups. This is support. I'm actually feeling like this is your spirit team encouraging you to just like have this zest for life, this like kicking up your heels. This is like letting your hair down and just enjoying life, enjoying the journey, letting it take you where it takes you. And like it's okay to be that way. And the Three of Cups can be, for me, like your spirit team surrounding you. I feel like they're really encouraging you in this reading. Okay, strength. So let's see. Ace of Swords, Death, Three of Cups, and strength. I just feel like you have this inner strength about you, this confidence that once you decide that you're going to live this free way, that you're going to have so much more confidence to do that. Like you have this inner strength, you have this inner, like I said, this vitality and this energy, like this energy of like a lion, you know, and I'm feeling Leo energy there too. So, you know, Leos have like an exuberance for life, you know, that's kind of the stereotype of the Leo. So we've got Leo and Sagittarius coming through in this reading, and they're both fire energies. So you just have a lot of fire and passion, I feel. I can just really feel that energy. Okay, Ten of Wands. What's that about, Spirit? I just feel like that came out right after strength. It's like you have the strength to carry like multiple things. I'm getting with the wands here, something about fire. I heard like you can have many irons in the fire is what I heard. So normally the Ten of Wands can be a card of like burnout, but I feel like Spirit's saying you actually have the strength to carry multiple things and to do lots of things without feeling burdened, like I was saying before, without feeling burned out. Okay, so then the High Priestess came out with that. That's following your intuition, right? Listening to yourself, not listening to everyone around you saying, oh my gosh, if you do all these things, you're going to burn out, you're going to take on too much. You need to trust your own inner guidance, your own way of managing your energy. Like sometimes, you know, you'll know when it's time to be quiet and kind of sit in stillness. Like this high priestess, she's an energy that is quiet and still. So you'll know when it's time to do that. And it just feels like that's also tied to the surrendering to the journey message, like releasing control and just letting your intuition guide you forward, like really listening to that more than anything. What else, Spirit? What else do you want to say here? The moon. Wow, a lot of intuitive energy coming through here. This is also following a unique path. So on this card, there's a wolf and the dog, and the wolf is reminding me of the fox that we saw earlier, like taking a different path. The dog represents a more like traditional, conventional path, you know, the domesticated dog. You're more like this wild wolf, and you want to take the path less traveled. You want to take a different, unique path, and it's kind of like you get excited by the unknown. So the moon can be uncertainty and not really seeing the way forward, right? It's the moon is out, it's dark. And just like with this card here, this person is like on this boat traveling just by moonlight and this little lantern here. But I feel like you love that. You love the unknown, you love the adventure, you love to, I just heard like a little bit of danger, a little bit of excitement is something that just keeps you going and just makes you excited about the journey. And that's what helps you enjoy the journey. Okay, so now we're getting the Four of Cups, Temperance, and the Fool. So Temperance can be a card of balance. And I feel like with the Four of Cups, you're like, I don't want to be balanced. I hate messages telling me I need to be balanced. I need to, you know, I don't know, blend things. I need to combine things. I feel like you want to be like this Fool. You want to be free. Like freedom is so important to you. And you just want to feel free to explore and to take risks. And that's what lights you up. I really feel that very, very strongly. And yeah, I feel like this is you ignoring everybody else, saying that your cups need to be filled a certain way. You need to follow a certain path. And you know that you need to take this like quieter, more like peaceful. I just heard somebody like, just really quick, like a little conversation of like, why don't you slow down a little bit? Why don't you take some time to relax? And you're like, no, I don't want to, because that's not you. Most people, when they give advice, it's based on how they would live their lives, you know, how they would feel if they tried to live your life, and that would be uncomfortable for them. And they think they would be exhausted. They would be like this 10 of Wands, like, I want to put this down. That would be exhausting. And what they don't understand is that's just not how you're built. That's not how your energy works. So, yeah, Spirit's encouraging you just to listen to your own intuition and do what makes you happy. All right, final message here, Spirit. Let's get one more final message. What does this person need to know before we end the reading? Wow, the Tower. Okay. Let me get a little bit more. Why a Tower here at the end? Wow, the 10 of Cups. This is the ultimate happiness, fulfillment, joy. It feels like that's the new horizons. Like finding, I just feel like you have these like open arms. Like the people on this card, like right here, their arms are like wide open. Like this is you and life and just enjoying everything that life has to bring you. Like this, the rainbow behind the cups here is like, yeah, just that wandering path, right? This is like all the cups, all the things that are going to bring you that happiness and fulfillment. So why is it with the Tower here, Spirit? Oh yeah, the Four of Pentacles came out with that. So let me see. Because the Four of Pentacles is like a sturdy foundation. And with the Tower here, it's like tearing down like the restriction. I feel like for this Four of Pentacles, this is like the conventional lifestyle, the one that maybe people are telling you, like, you need to be more serious, you need to be more stable, you can't just be wandering everywhere and trying all of these different things. You need to pick one thing and kind of hold on to that. And that's just not you. Like, you're tearing down like some kind of conventions in the way that you live. And that's bringing you this ultimate happiness. That's what I'm really getting with this. This Tower is like, I can't be held back. It's like, this feels very like suffocating almost. And what makes you happy and what brings you like freedom is what makes you happy. So this Fool is really kind of sitting here in the center of my spread here on the floor. And I feel like this is you, and this is what you want to be, how you want to live, just, you know, out in the sun and just letting life take you where it takes you and just enjoying the journey that is your wandering path, because that's what fills your cups up the most. All right, so I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope this resonated with you. I would love to hear if this resonated and how. I resonate with this energy a bit also. I happen to have a lot of Sagittarius placements in my chart. So I would love to hear how this fits into your life. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you as part of my community that I'm trying to build here on YouTube. And I'll sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.